Welcome back to the next episode of Talk Smack with Mac. I got another badass person on the podcast, Carlos Pereira. He's a fighter. He has an upcoming fight coming up September 11th via Cage Wars. I'll make sure I put that link in the description when the time comes.
Are you ready? Let's talk smack.
But Carlos, I really appreciate your time. You jumping on my podcast, talking some shit. How you doing, bro?
Pretty good, man. Thanks for having me, brother. You know, I'm pretty excited about this upcoming fight. Back at Cage Wars, second fight there. So pretty excited. Really cool crowd, promotion, all that stuff. So, you know, just getting ready.
I've been hearing some dope shit about you. You're fighting Al Marro, right?
I am. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I interviewed Al, dope guy. Shout out to Al, and he was boasting you up, man, saying that you.
Yeah, man. It's all love and respect in the sport game, you know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was saying how you put some credible people on their ass, and you know you got some skill behind you. So I do want to learn a little bit about you before we jump into the fight, jump into the skill. What was your upbringing like?
So I mean, I started training when I was probably about 14. You know, I got to thank my boy Patrick Ferrari. I was in school with him, and he was like, "Yo, I met him on a bus. We had a couple classes together, and he was like, "Yo, come check out this. I do martial arts and shit like that." I was like, "Okay, let me give it a shot." I tried it for about a week. I fell in love, man. Ever since, I haven't really looked back. I was kind of on and off a little bit, you know, training, going to school. I joined the Army for a little bit, got out. I gained some weight. I was close to about 300 pounds. And then I was like, one of my coach's son, Mikey Ramos, he fights too, heavyweight guy. And he was like, "Hey, I'm getting ready for a fight. Can you help me get ready?" And I was like, I was just joking around. I was just like, "Hey, you think I could get a fight too?" Just kidding. And then Coach Marro Ramos, he was like, "Dude, I think you're more than ready. Let's get you in there." And then I was like, "Whoa, what?" And then I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." So I just one thing just went to another. I got my first fight. We fought out in Vermont. And yeah, I just never looked back at that point. I cut weight from like 300 all the way down to 265. And, you know, I loved it ever since. So, you know, now training for this fight is just, I know Al's a pretty good guy. He has a pretty good stand-up, pretty good wrestling background too. So, you know, I've just been training hard, man. I need to get this fight out the way and then hopefully go pro after that. So
Yes, it's exciting, man. So you said at 14 you started doing martial arts. What martial arts were you doing?
So I was mostly doing kickboxing, more of a stand-up. So Dragon Lair is an MMA gym, but I felt a lot more comfortable standing up. Mm-hmm. So I focused a lot on that. I was doing, you know, a little bit of grappling, no gi. So I was just doing that for a while. And then, you know, you guys probably know when I fought Jeremy, he took me down, tapped me out, you know what I mean? And after that, I was like, fuck this. I got to start training jiu-jitsu. The next week after that, I joined BJJ school with Gabriel Gonzaga out in Worcester, Squared BJJ. So I trained hard with him for about 2 years. And, you know, I unfortunately I had to switch schools. I'm now at Gentle Art in Chelmsford. So I've just been training with them for a while. Got my blue belt under Raf and Gustavo. They're both head coaches there. And, you know, I know he's probably going to want to take me down, but hey, bring it. I'm fucking ready. You know what I mean? I know it's going to go down. There's a little bit different rules. I heard there's some ground and pound. So it's going to change the fucking game. You know what I mean? I'm ready for anything pretty much at this point. So
that's exciting, man. Cause I know you say you've been doing the kickboxing for a while now, and Al has a very credible boxing background. So yeah. I hope that you guys stand and slang and bang, bro.
That's what I hope so too, man. You know what I mean? I mean, I know he has power. I think I have power. You know what I mean? Everyone I train with, I spar with, they're like, "Damn, you got some power behind you." I don't feel it, you know, obviously, but I'm ready to bang either way. You know what I mean? If it goes to the ground, if it's standing up, I would love it to be standing up. You know, I feel like it's gonna be fight of the night kind of thing, but you know, we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Listen up, ladies and gentlemen. We got some I've heard a couple people talking about getting Fight of the Night honors, so I think you guys are gonna go out there and try to put on the show for sure.
Hell yeah.
Jiu-jitsu, man. You said you're a blue belt. How long from you starting jiu-jitsu until you felt like you're kind of competent on the mat?
Definitely a solid year into it. I try to do a lot of Naga tournaments, grappling industry. So I try to do a lot of those competitions while I was fighting and stuff like that, just so I could get my jiu-jitsu game up better. I won first a couple times, so it's just in MMA, it's completely different. You know what I mean? You could grapple somebody, but once you start putting punches in there, stuff like that, it changes the game a little bit too. So
definitely. All right. So you said that you're in the Army for a little bit. Did you join the Army right out of high school, or how did that?
Yeah. Yep. I joined the Army right out of high school. I was in there, had a little girl. Her name's Zoe. She's 6 now. And I got out because of that. And then I got out the Army, and then I fucking started selling cars. So different career paths. But, I would have loved to stay in, but it was tough not being able to see my little girl. So, I had to get out.
Exactly what you mean, bro. I was in the Army and had a daughter and got out because I was just deployed too much. What was your MOS in the Army?
I was 11 Bravo. I was a heavy machine gunner.
Okay. Shit.
Yeah.
So were you running around with like the 240s and shit?
Hell yeah, that's the one.
Hey, you're one of them bigger cats on basic training.
I know, man. That's what happened. They were like, "Oh, how tall are you?" I was like 6'2". They're like, "Okay, you're my new gunner." I was like, "Fuck." But I got to meet a lot of cool people. And it was a good experience. And I'm happy I'm back. I'm back home. Like I said, my daughter's 6. She just started school the other day, yesterday actually. So she's growing. She's getting bigger. And hopefully down in the future she could come to some of my fights too. So
yeah, that would be exciting.
That'd be fun.
Nervous and shit when you fight?
I don't really. I don't tell her. I tell her, yeah, I'm gonna be out. I get to see her a couple days out of the week, 3 days out of the week. So, I just tell her, hey, I do fight. She's seen a couple of my videos and stuff like that, but she's getting to the point where she's getting a lot bigger and kind of understanding, what I mean, of the sport and everything like that. So, hopefully a couple of years down the road, we'll see how that goes. I do want to get her in.
Yeah.
I want to get her training.
What type of training would you want her to do?
I mean, her mom does kickboxing, so we're kind of planting the seed. Hopefully she gets into that. She does a couple, playing around drills with her mom and stuff like that sometimes too, that I see her. And I would want anything. Like either a little sparring, boxing, or jiu-jitsu, anything really. As long as she wants to do it and that's something that she would be interested in, like I'm 100% in. If she doesn't want to, if she doesn't want to do anything else, she wants to do something else, that's completely fine with me. It's just whatever she wants to do at this point. Can't really force her to be like, oh, go to jiu-jitsu or go to boxing, if she doesn't like it.
As parents, or more specifically so as fathers, and I could at least count for myself, anything that our child does, man, we're going to be 100% fully supportive, and we're going to go absolutely bonkers just watching them do it, just because our children or child is so fixated on trying to get better at something that we're automatically going to be, involved in it.
Yep. Yeah.
All right. So going into this fight, September 11th, it's a big fight. You're talking about if you win this fight, get this fight behind you, you turn pro. So there's a lot at stake going into this fight.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me a little bit about your trainings coming to this fight. What days are you training? What's your cardio looking like? All of that good stuff.
Pretty much my schedule looks like this. I wake up about 6:30. I go to the gym. I lift, do some cardio. I have a full-time job, so I usually work 9 to 5. And I train at Dragon Lair in Framingham. I usually train with them from 5:30 up to like 6:30, 7 o'clock. Right from there, I go to my BJJ school, and I train from there from 8:30, give or take. So I'm doing 2-3 sessions a day. I take a couple days off during the week, recover, just to make sure I don't want to overdo it. You know what I mean? But I've been cross training a lot too. I've been training at Regiment in Fall River. I've been training with former UFC guy, Jorgen De Castro. Also Bellator guy, Domingos Barros. So I've been training a lot with the heavyweight guys, and it's just a little bit of everything. You know what I mean?
When you're chasing this dream as an MMA fighter and you're working a full-time job, you have a daughter, you're training all these different techniques or martial arts, how in the fuck do you have time for all of that?
If you really want it, man, you have to make time for it. You know what I mean? My goal, my mindset, I want to go to the UFC, man. I'm going to get there. It's just how bad do I want it? You know what I mean? Yeah. I can fucking go home and play Call of Duty all night and then not wake up the next morning, go to work at 9. You know what I mean? But I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? I want to go home, sleep, go train, work, spend time with my daughter. If I have free time, I'm usually either looking at videos, just trying to get better, or just finding someone to work out, train with. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't want to do the 9 to 5 gig. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to be fucking training every single day, or 5 times a day, or 5 times a week, and then finding 3-4 times a year. You know what I mean?
How do you find that balance? Like, hey, I'm training too much this week. I haven't really spent time with my daughter. I'm kind of getting, I'm feeling shitty for that. Oh, I'm spending time with my daughter all the time. I absolutely love it. I'm happy, but I'm not training as much. I don't know if I'm ready for my next fight. I'm psychologically not in it. All of those things play into the fight game, and finding that balance is everything.
That's definitely true, man. And I always put my daughter first in front of anything or anyone. Doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Thursdays, those are my days with her. That's my day off, and that's my day with my daughter. You know what I mean? Friday nights, that's my day with my daughter. The night times, we go out to dinner, and then Sundays. So I have her every other Sunday. So that means every other Sunday I'm with her, but the Sundays that I'm not with her, I'm cross training. I'm going to my schools. I'm training. And you're right, man. Sometimes you do wake up and you're like, fuck, do I really want to go to the gym? Can I sleep for another hour and a half? But then it goes into my head. I'm like, I bet you my opponent, whoever's there, he's probably doing the same. He's training right now, or he's working out, or he's getting better. You know what I mean? And it's just like, for me, I'm like, I gotta change that gear. Everything I do is for my daughter. You know what I mean? It's my daughter first, and then it's for me.
Yeah. So when you sit there and you're making those sacrifices, it's for the greater good of your daughter. So that's what's pushing you to get up an hour and a half earlier, or go train when you're not feeling like it, when your body feels like shit and you're tired, and you keep pushing, is because you have your why.
Yeah, exactly. And all my friends and my closer friends and everyone's that's been around me, they're like, man, we never see you anymore. Like, you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm just training. I'm working, or I'm with my daughter. They're like, yeah, I understand it. It's like, let's go have a drink. I was like, I can't. I need to focus on my fight coming up. After that, we could go ahead and celebrate. But Sunday, we could go celebrate September 12th. Fucking Monday comes, I'm going to be at the gym, training, working out, going back at it, So I don't want to get to that point where, I fight and then I stop and then I kind of slow down a little bit. I've done that in the past, especially when COVID happened. My last fight I had, I just kind of, I was like, oh, COVID's here. We can't really work out. We can't really train. I was like, I probably was out for about 3 weeks to a month. And then I was like, nope. I went to Walmart, bought a bike, started riding my bike every day, started running every day. I was just trying to stay in shape, because COVID goes away and then these fights come back up. I want to be ready. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just keeping that momentum going.
It's tough. And once you lock in, and you're doing your thing, you're fucking killing it. It feels like you do anything. But once you check out, it's hard to get back into that mental fucking state of killing everything.
Oh yeah.
How much does fear drive you? You're thinking, hey, my opponents, I know they're fucking eating, breathing, sleeping, training right now. And I know there's like fear and anxiety that comes from that. How much does that fuel you to your preparation?
I mean, it's tough. You know what I mean? When we step in that cage, the one thing you want to do is knock this dude out. Like I said, it's all business. It's part of the sport. But I have my teammates next to me, you know, and I'm just like, fuck, what if he's better than me? Raw, what if this? What if that? He's like, no, let's focus. Let's do this. Let's keep training. You know, just having them by my side is really good. My family too. They're so, you know, what's the word?
Supportive and understanding.
Supportive. Yeah. They support me. You know, I'm like, I tell my parents, I'm like, hey, it's, you know, it's a 3-hour drive from here to there, or, you know, this and that. They're like, we don't care. Like, we'll all be there. You know what I mean? I have a really good support team behind me. And, you know, that's what I want to go out there and obviously win, of course. But, you know, I just don't want to let anyone down. You know what I mean? And I know, like, when I fought Jeremy and I lost, like, I just felt like, I was like, fuck, I let everyone down. You know, I let myself down, my daughter, my team, but everyone was so supportive, you know, like to them, I won, you know what I mean? It takes a lot of guts and shit to go in there and fight and do this, you know? And I'm like, you know, I just got to be better. You know, I'm never going to be 100% better, but every day I'm getting 1% better.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all that counts. You know what I mean? I'm just going to go in there, give it my all. And at the end of the day, it's just, you know, who takes that win at the end of the day.
Yeah, if you get 1% better every day for 5-10 years, you're gonna be a badass motherfucker by the end of it.
Yeah.
So it's that constant grind, that constant dedication, and not giving up and keep on persevering and pushing through. So I got some questions for you, man. Every time I get a fighter on my podcast, I ask them what their favorite thing to do for cardio is. I'm like this cardio guy. I try to do what you guys do, and I fail most of the time, but I try really hard. What's your favorite thing for cardio?
I mean, that's a tough one. I mean, obviously, you being in the Army the other day, I usually do ruck runs. Like I have a big ass ruck in here that I bought. You know, I put about 45 to 55 pounds in there, and then just run. You know, jog a little bit, run. Hell yeah, you know what I mean? Get that going. You know, once I feel tired and everything like that, I take that shit off. I take it off and I keep going.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Keep that momentum going. I do the bike a lot, the Stairmaster. People might laugh, but damn, that's a fucking workout. 15 minutes on that bad boy, you'll be burning fuck everywhere.
Man, that Stairmaster is no fucking joke.
Yep.
Joke. I like to do sprints on there. So 2 minutes on, 1 minute off. And that's a motherfucker. What I'm trying to emulate a round. So I'm trying to get up to 5 minutes on and then a minute off and then do 3 to 5 of those. And if you could do that at a high ass level, you're a fucking monster.
Oh yeah. But that's no joke. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. I mean, most of the time, like if we're training for 3-minute fights, rounds, then I'm bumping it up to 4 to 5 minute rounds. And I'm training here, sparring with the guys. Like for example, my jiu-jitsu school, we have it set for 5 minutes, but when guys are going to go compete or fight, we're sending it up to 6 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So you get used to going for a longer period of time, but just a little bit harder. All heavyweights, you know what I mean? We're either really strong or we really have really good cardio, but you know, it's cardio always gets everyone, but it's how much heart you have, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And for you bigger guys, man, like recovery must be everything because of the added weight. If you go run 5 or 7 miles, you got 260 plus on your joints.
Yeah.
That's tough, man. What do you do for a recovery?
I usually hot tub, sauna, just chill, man. I try to get massages every now and then, but those tend to get expensive. But I have that machine gun, not the machine gun, the massage gun.
Yeah.
That usually, man, that thing is the best investment ever. If you don't have one and you fight, definitely get that shit. It's good. But yeah, I mean, just, you know, on my days off that I have my daughter, you know, just really nothing crazy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Just kick
eat
back,
healthy,
stretching and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, stretching. I try to do a lot of stretching. I'm not really good at it, but you know, I try to get as much. Everyone says you need to fucking stretch. You need to stretch. But yeah, I'm getting a little better at it. You know what I mean? Especially now that I'm losing a good amount of weight. Hopefully, go to light heavyweight at some point. See how I feel. See how I look, and just kind of go from there.
You do yoga?
I used to. Hot yoga.
Highly recommend. Oh, I've never done it, man. Yeah. I've heard crazy shit about it though.
Yeah, That is really good. I've done a couple of those classes too. I usually I have a friend that we used to work together, and his wife, she does cupping.
Mm-hmm.
That is really good too.
I've never done that before.
It's good. I had for one of my fights, I kind of hurt I kind of hurt my shoulder, and I did cupping for a good amount of time, and man, that thing helped out, you know.
I'm gonna look into the cupping shit. All right, so I got a couple questions to ask you before we hop off, man. What advice would you give to anybody that's saying, hey, I want to be a fighter, I'm just starting off, this is my first day in the gym? What advice would you give to that person?
Oh, that's tough, man. I always tell a lot of my friends or anybody that I meet on the street when they see my shirts and like, oh, you fight? And I tell them, I always invite them, you know, come over, check it out, see what you think. You know, you don't really have to fight, you know, like if you don't want to go professional or fight amateur, it doesn't matter. But, you know, even having that self-defense knowledge, you know, just in case something does happen and you can defend yourself, you know what I mean? You can defend your family, yourself, anybody around you. But I also hear a lot of people, oh, no, I'm waiting to get in better shape or no, I'm waiting for this. Like, don't hold it back. Don't hold off. You know what I mean? Just get in the gym. Like I said, I started when I was 14 and I was like, oh, like, am I really going to like this? Because I knew nothing about the game. You know what I mean? I went in there. I tried it in for 1 week. I fell in love with it, man. It's just, you know, a lot of the people that we invite, they come try it out for a week or two and they're still coming to the gym every single day. Their life changes. You know, you can tell that they're in better shape. You can tell that their techniques and forms just get a lot better. You know, even 1 month, 2 months, you know, everyone thinks that you're going to go in the gym and then all these fighters are going to come and beat you up. No, it's not how it works, man. You go in there, we're all a family. You know what I mean? We're there to help each other out. You know, we're not there to see who's the bigger, baddest motherfucker in there. No, we're in there, you know, you're going to help me, I'm going to help you. And it's just the way it is, you know, it's a different environment. Everyone always thinks, oh, MMA, boxing, all this is so violent, all this stuff. But we're probably the nicest people out there.
From my personal experience from doing my podcast, interviewing with people, MMA fighters, man, you guys are all the nicest, most humbling people I've ever met. And in the gym, the camaraderie from everybody and the love that you feel from everybody, like you're saying, everybody wants everybody to be better. There's no like competition unless you have like two badass motherfuckers in the same gym getting ready for a fight or to fight each other. But it's so much fun inside the gym, man. All right, last question. Upcoming fight. You're fighting Al. You guys are both two big, bad motherfuckers. What can you promise the fans September 11th?
Don't blink. Don't blink, man. Someone's getting knocked out, man. That's all I'm saying. You know, we're big boys. You know what I mean? We're both stand-up guys. We're going to throw bombs. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't want it to go to the floor, but hey, if it does, whatever. Fuck it. Let's go on the floor. But I'm telling you, he's a striker. I'm a striker.
Let it strike.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, man, I can't wait. This is pumping me up. You know, the big guys, when you got big guys in there that actually are technical and their striking is very fundamentally sound and shit like that, it gets really fun. But Carlos, every time I have somebody get on my podcast, man, I sit back, I shut the fuck up. I give you the mic to let all of my people know that watch my podcast where to find you, anything you have upcoming other than the fight, you know, your social medias, anything you want people to know, this your time.
Yeah, man, appreciate it, man. I just want to thank you for having me on. It's a pleasure. Hopefully we cross paths again. And, you know, I just want to thank my teams, you know, Dragon Lair MMA in Framingham and Gentle Art in Chelmsford. You guys have been awesome, very supportive. Again, all the gyms that I've cross-trained, you guys have been so helpful, so awesome. And, you know, every time I go in, you guys always come in with open arms, just like, yeah, you're always welcome. Regiment Center in Fall River. And, you know, if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, Pereira Fight Team. Follow me on there. I'll usually post everything about my, you know, my training, my fights. My daughter, if you guys want to meet her, she's awesome. She's amazing. She's missing 2 of her front teeth. But, yeah, man, like I said, no, it's all business, you know, it's all love. But Al, we're going to go in there. We're going to fucking fight of the night. I'm telling you, man. And, you know, it's all love and respect in the sport. So man, I'm really honored. I'm going to be fighting Al, so it's going to be a good fight, and stay tuned. September 11th.
September 11th, man. We're gonna have two big bad motherfuckers get inside of that octagon, and somebody's head is getting taken off. So I can't wait. September 11th is like a little over a week away, man. So it's coming up. I know the butterflies are hitting you guys, the nerves are hitting you guys, but us fans just cannot wait. But yeah, that sums it up for the current episode of Talk Smack with Mac. I had the Punisher on, man, and we're sitting here counting down the days to watch him fight. September 11th. Let's go. We're out.
Let's talk smack.